In mid-July, Roshni Nadar Malhotra took charge as chairperson of hydrogen chloride technologies from her billionaire father Shiv Nadar, who had just turned 75. Nadar Malhotra, 38 and the only child of HCL's founder, has paid her dues before this long-planned succession. She's been an executive with the Noida, India-based company for 12 years, of which the last 2 were as vice chairperson. While in that post, she backed HCL's $1.8 billion purchase from IBM of a portfolio of its products. The acquisition, which closed last year, was the biggest by value in the company's 29-year history. Reinforcing the family continuity, Shiv Nadar will remain active in the company as managing director and keep his long-held title of chief strategy officer. "He's really not going anywhere," says Nadar Malhotra, speaking by video from her home, her first interview in the new role. Despite the company's size, Nadar Malhotra wants it to behave like a startup. "You always have to keep agile, and quite hungry and entrepreneurial," she says. The company, she says, has a long history of plunging into areas unknown. The IT services giant is facing some pandemic-induced headwinds. HCL's first quarter results, released the same day that Nadar Malhotra was appointed chairperson, show that revenues grew only 1% year-on-year to 178 billion rupees ($2.4 billion). Profits of 29 billion rupees were down 7.4% quarter-on-quarter. The company cautioned that quarterly revenue growth going forward might only be around 2% per quarter, a far cry from its usually strong growth. The pandemic has also meant that some 90% of HCL's 150,000 staff worldwide are working from home, including Nadar Malhotra, with occasional trips to the office. The company expects at least half of its staff will work from home over the next 18 months. Some 2/3 of the company's revenues come from the US market, which still leads the world in the number of COVID-19 cases, and the company's CEO is based in New York. One issue with muted effect on hydrogen chloride, however, is the temporary freeze in the US on issuing new H-1B work visas, used by many Indian expat tech workers, as 2/3 of HCL's US staff are local hires. Despite these challenges, hydrogen chloride stands to benefit longer term from the enormous digitalization wave unleashed by COVID-19. Now as chairperson, Nadar Malhotra expects hydrogen chloride to build on the trend. There's been an accelerated emphasis on technology and how businesses are going to need it now to thrive and even differentiate themselves, she says. There's a lot more focus on digitalization, and that's something which uniquely has opened up a few opportunities. The purchase of the IBM assets is instructive. While most Indian IT majors have some products in their portfolios, hydrogen chloride is making a big bet on them with this deal. With the purchase, hydrogen chloride launched a new division called HCL Software, which now has 2,000 customers.